In today's match, we have a new white belt Lupe versus Bath Salts Ben in a white belt blood match. Ben is always the first one to roll with new guys, but remember, if you want to look great like Ben is right now, you can get gear from xmartial.com using my link and promo code in the description below. Then you can look extremely stylish just like Ben at this very moment. The round starts and Ben is going to show off some gang signs trying to invite Lupe into a battle, which is so very on brand for Ben, followed up by this attempted eye poke attempt to slow down, and then we can get into the round with some great white belt struggles, otherwise known as white belt wrestling with the gi on. As pointed out by commenters in the last video, yes, Ben indeed has his gi pants on backwards, and I don't know why he's doing that, that's just a Ben thing. And of course he has to get super quacked for that one. Both men are trying to grab on the sleeves and to hopefully set up a takedown so they can save us from having to watch this wrestling. I understand everybody's brand new to jiu-jitsu at some point, so I'm not too mad about the performance that we're seeing from this stand-up battle. With that being said, Ben decides to do the exact same tie-up as he gets close to Lupe, and we all get to enjoy some more Olympic caliber judo going on. Ben has his head lower than Lupe, and he even has it under the armpit, so this is going to be the demise of Ben from this position. Or so you would think. Lupe is able to snap Ben down, getting on top of him, but he puts Ben in a powerful position when Ben has his rear straight up. This is how Ben can create so much power and can drive forward, putting Lupe on his hip, and this has activated Ben's trap card. Unfortunately for Ben, Lupe is being a little sneaky by himself, and he has his hook in, and he realizes this, and he's going to work towards a sweep. He puts his back up in the air for a second, pulls backwards on Ben, and then he's just going to push him over slightly to establish a 3/4 mount and get a nice sweep on Ben. All of Ben's hard work from that shot is now neutralized. Now once Lupe has 3/4 mount, Ben naturally is going to start turning towards his stomach because he wants to engage in a full back control battle. However, as Lupe is trying to get his second hook in, Ben decides he wants to stay really low to the mat and enter a strong turtle. It's not actually that strong, it's just that Lupe doesn't know how to engage with it to throw his opposite hook in. He's riding a bit too high as he wants to try and force the hook in, and Ben is going to attack the head. Because of course he's Ben, so why wouldn't you grab anything but the head? Which doesn't work out the best for Ben because Lupe is still trying to bring the other hook in and he's able to control the arms, but then Lupe does a questionable decision by letting go of the hooks and he's going to try and get on top of Ben, which is giving Ben the exit as Ben is able to rotate out, and then we get to watch some more amazing white belt wrestling. I can't wait to see what they're going to do from this next stand-up position. Before we watch some more amazing white belt technique, let's do the question of the day. And the question is, how many classes do you do a week? I only do about 3 jiu-jitsu classes a week. I also have lifting and sparring, but as jiu-jitsu goes, it's only 3 times. Let me know in the comments below how often you train. We get back into the action, and it's the same battle they had earlier where they want to grab the lapels and the sleeves, but Ben is going to break up the monotony by going for a fireman's carry, failing at it, and then putting himself in the crucifix. But that's what Ben likes to do. He loves to be crucified by doing it to himself. And this technique, surprisingly, actually works out for Ben. He's able to maintain control over the arm, and he works up towards the elbow, and then he's going to put on some relentless drive towards Lupe. If Lupe were able to do a guillotine, he'd be completely screwed, but instead he's going to work against Lupe's arms. He's going to go more into him, shove him over, and he's going to get on top of Lupe as Lupe tries to lock up a half guard. We even get to see a new pass from Ben, and he's able to somehow free his leg from the half guard position, and then he's going to step over Lupe's guard and walk right into side control. That was actually a great pass by Ben, and I'm surprised he pulled it off so easily. But wow, is it distracting to see that his pants are on backwards. He's going to advance really quickly and go into mount against Lupe, and Lupe might be in a bit of trouble because Ben loves to be on top in these dominant positions and then force a lot of Americanas or even Kimuras onto the lower belts. Now if you're brand new to jiu-jitsu, this might be a little bit weird to have a monster like Ben on top of you in mount breathing down on you. And unfortunately, Lupe can't do much about it right at this time because he has to deal with his arm. His arm is starting to get put into Americana by Ben, even though Ben's around the back of the head. Fortunately for Lupe, he's able to start bringing his wrist free and he can rip it out. Then he's going to do some Jiu-Jitsu White Belt 101 by hitting a bridge of roll escape on Ben and showing off his immense power in his face. I'm actually surprised that worked out so well for Lupe, but it's great to see that happened and now he can start to work on top of Ben. He's going to continue to stumble all over Ben, puts him in a 3/4 mount, and then Ben is going to do an awkward roll to give Lupe the back, and Lupe is able to bring in his second hook to get full back control over Ben. Now like I always say, this would not be a typical Ben roll if Ben was not willingly putting himself into terrible positions. I don't know what it is about Ben, but he can't do a round without having a bunch of adversity working against him. He loves to try and work off from these bad positions and then pull off a submission somehow. Lupe is going to make this a little bit difficult though by continuing to control the back. If you want to know how to escape this position, you want to pick one side and then peel the top hook. Once you can peel the top hook, then you can start to bring your shoulders towards the mat as Ben is doing right now. The only thing is that typically when you bring your shoulders down to the mat, you're going to give them mount, so you have to be ready to try and catch half guard or escape mount immediately. Those transitioning positions is when you can get a lot of work done by shrimping. Now, a very typical Ben move is that he has LUPE on his hip, putting him in a good position. So of course, Ben is going to ruin all of this by going for a very questionable roll, having an angry face, and then getting his back taken completely by LUPE once again. Ben is trying to turn into him so he can potentially spin towards guard, then he's going to spin the other way and give LUPE full back control once again, but then LUPE makes his own big mistake by taking his hooks out, even though Ben just put everything for him on a nice platter. He's trying to work in front of Ben, and Ben is going to overcommit towards this shot by driving forward so hard at 110% that he has to roll completely over and then work on top of LUPE, putting himself in side control and almost running into another group. That is so very on par for Ben to work too hard, but at least he's ending the round with dominance by taking mount over LUPE. Both men made quite a few mistakes over this round, but overall it was a good and entertaining roll and a very typical Bath Salts Ben roll. If you appreciate the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget, if you want great gear, check out my link in the description below and my promo code. Thanks to all my current viewers and patrons.